and meet the driver, Jesse Krohn. Hello, Jesse.
Ciao.
How are you?
Fantastic.
Thank you to be here today. So I want to ask you how your passion for speed started.
Regular story, I guess. Dads are very involved with racing. When I turned 5 on my 5th birthday, my dad took me on a go-kart track together with my sister and my brother, and that's basically how it started.
But your dad was also
my dad used to drive.
driver?
Yes, when he was younger, he used to drive together with Mika Salo and Mika Häkkinen in the same era. He was a big inspiration and he got me into racing.
He was your favorite driver?
Obviously, he was the biggest hero, but when you grow up, then you obviously F1 drivers are something that you look up to.
And so you have also another driver that inspires you?
Yeah, I mean, early on, it was when you were a kid, the only one you saw was obviously Mika Häkkinen, Mika Salo. Mika Salo is actually my godfather, so he was a big inspiration as well. But later on, like I really admired what Tony Villander did. He's a Ferrari factory driver a long time, 2-time Le Mans winner and world champion as well. So he's someone I've really looked up to in GT career.
Is there a moment that remarked your career?
Well, it has to be when I got signed to BMW Junior program. They had like a GT side of Junior program, and I got elected to do this. I think they went through hundreds of drivers. Out of these hundreds, they invited 30 to do tests. Out of these 30, they selected 4, and out of these 4, only 1 got through.
It was you.
And it was me. So this was definitely a turning point in my career, because my dad had told me that he can no longer support my racing. We don't come from a lot of money. We always had to work really hard to get where we are. This opportunity in the junior program came through sort of a back door where I had been working on a construction site. I had made a deal with the boss of mine that I have my salary, and for every hour I work I also get like a different pot which was meant for racing. And this money that I got from working on the construction site, I invested in one race at the Nürburgring. BMW had just launched a new series there, and I ended up putting the car on pole with a private team, and BMW saw me there. And then I got into the program when they had already basically closed it. So they got me in through the back door.
Last minute.
Last minute. They were not looking for new drivers anymore, so it was like the stars really aligned.
You think it was luck, or you deserved it?
Well,
destiny, maybe.
Yeah, it was for sure. It was luck, but also I made sure that I deserve it. So in the end,
because you work hard.
Yeah, in the end, when I got the chance, I decided that I'm not going to leave anything undone. Every step that needs to be done to become a racing driver, I did them all, because if I skipped one of the steps and I didn't make it, then for the rest of my life I would have regretted that. If I had just done that one thing, maybe I would have made it.
Small steps for a long road.
Yeah, so I sold everything in Finland. I moved to Spain, so I had no distractions. I was just training every day.
Why Spain and not Italy?
Spain was, at the time, a family member of mine was living there, and I have also lived in Italy. Io parlo poco italiano.
Okay.
So yeah, just a family member happened to live there.
How many languages do you speak? Do you speak Spanish?
More Italian than Spanish.
Okay.
A little bit of Spanish as well, but my landlord was English, so I didn't.
All the drivers, they speak a lot of languages, and this is, I think, it's very nice.
Yeah, because every time you speak a different language, you learn something about the people and the culture, and it's very special.
So you started from Spain.
That's where I made the mark. Like that's where I made all the work to become a factory driver. So it was a 3-year program. I lived in Spain for that period because there was no distractions. I had no friends, nothing. The only thing I had there was training.
Motorsport.
Yeah, motorsport. I didn't want to have any distractions, so I really went all in.
You were focused.
Yes, 100%.
Do you have a victory that had left you a souvenir in your heart?
Yes, there's 2 big ones that I remember, but we won the 24-hour Nürburgring this year, which is, I would say, it's the hardest race in the world to win. Just because it's the only race on the planet where safety car doesn't interfere the race at all. So every second
it's
lost.
Dangerous.
Yeah, it's dangerous. It's the darkest place in the night. Like nothing is like Nürburgring 24-hour race. So winning this was special, but also I have to say winning 24 hours at Daytona is special because it's every driver wants to win it because you get a nice little souvenir to take home. You get a watch to take home. So this was also very special.
And do you think that you learn more from winning or from losing?
Losing, 100%. My dad always said, first you need to learn how to lose before you can learn to win. Unfortunately, us people, we
want to win all the time.
Yeah, we want to win, but also unfortunately we tend to learn only from our mistakes. So if you do something right, there's no guarantee that you can do it right the next time. But if you fail and you learn from it, then it's more likely that you don't make the same mistake again.
That you're gonna learn.
Yes.
Of course.
Here comes Jesse Krohn in the 91 machine. The BMW's been on a barnstormer in the back half of this race. It's now to P2.
How you train yourself to be a driver?
I have done a very specific training routine for myself. Over the years, I've been lucky enough to be part of a national team from Motorsports, and also we have Formula Medicine that's supporting us here in Italy. I have a very specific thing that I do, which is racing specific. So I have a sauna at home, for example. So no matter how good of a shape you're in, if you can't deal with the heat, you're gonna be in trouble in the car. So I have a sauna where I put an exercise mat, I crank it up to 100 degrees.
Okay.
I do training inside the sauna to really make sure that I endure physical stress under heavy heat. Well, and my philosophy has always been, if the requirement for driving is at level 5 to be able to comfortably drive, I want my fitness level to be at level 10. So then even when the performance drop, you're still above what's required.
You can do it.
Yeah, so you can never put
you
yourself.
Can afford it.
Yeah, exactly.
So can you show us please your helmet?
Yeah, so this is basic.
I love your color and I love the fact that it's matte.
Yeah. So this is the story.
It's the first helmet that I saw in matte.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's I really like it too. So basically the story of the color is I've always had the same color since I was a kid. My dad had a slightly different tone of green.
Okay.
And then this became my color code of green for my helmets, and the design has been more or less unchanged for 30 years that I've been in motorsport by now. And it's just super traditional, and by now people recognize...
the matte, it's something very, very unusual.
Yeah, people recognize me from this helmet, so I've had many races where...
This is your name?
Yeah, and the orange is my favorite color, so it's just a little detail to put the name on orange.
Why orange?
I don't know, it pleases my eye, and it's, you know, this kind of reminds me of a sunset where everything turns orange.
Okay.
So that's very traditional, I've always had the same. I like it, and it's become sort of a trademark for myself.
I like it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us, and see you in the next episode on Meet the Driver.